everyone. Good morning. It is probably a couple weeks since I tried to film and it didn't quite work out. I was trying to film me making a raised bed that I'm going to show you, but I don't think I have the right camera. Like, I don't have a wide enough lens to really make it work. So I'll show you a little clip right now of me doing it, but I didn't finish it because I just couldn't get the right angle, and then also my camera, my memory went full, and so I didn't have enough space to finish it without going back inside and taking it off the computer and all that jazz. So I just decided tutorials are probably not my thing right now until I get a different camera or a wide angle lens, something to that effect, to be able to kind of build anything, unless that's very, very close proximity. I think building the bed was not, so it's about 13 feet and it's gonna be awesome, but I'm sad I didn't get to actually show you guys it, but I will show you it finished. So you'll get to see the very beginning and the very end, and I kind of want to tell you guys my goals for this year and walk around and show you that bed that I did and my plan for some other beds. But let me get my list because I forgot it in the house, so I'll be right back. So I made a graphic for my goal list. I'm pretty visual. I actually went to school to do a minor in graphic design and a major in marketing. Didn't quite finish because, you know, life, and we were getting more in debt, and So we just decided to kind of take a break. We're currently paying off my student loans. We paid off my husband's student loans. And so we'll see how that goes. But I got my personal goals, my family goals, my garden goals. For my personal goals, I have make a sourdough. I've been really wanting to make sourdough, and I added up how much we spend on bread products, and it's quite a bit because my son loves bagels. Like every single morning, that's what he has without fail. And then he has a sandwich for lunch, and my girl likes the sandwich. I sometimes eat a peanut butter and honey sandwich. And so we eat a lot of bread products, mostly the kids, but me and my husband eat some too. But I figured if I just make one, just one, I will probably want to make more. And I want to make sourdough because I have tried to do the traditional white bread, and I am not good at making bread. It either doesn't rise, or it's super like dense, which is, I mean, both are slightly, I just buy new yeast, but I don't want to have to buy new yeast every single time I want to make bread. And then the dense is I just overknead it sometimes. But sourdough is supposed to be super foolproof, and so I want to try to make it and then start making everything kind of based on a sourdough bread recipe. And then I want to work out 50 times a year, which I'm kind of behind already, but I can make that up. LDS, and my goal is to go to the temple twice this year. We don't get there a whole lot because life, and so I'm like, I really want to try no excuses to get to the temple at least twice or this year, because it is a very special place, and it's a place that if we need revelation, it's a great place to go, and I miss the feeling of going and being in there. So go twice at least this year. And then my other personal goal is to read at least 15 chapters in the scriptures. I am a person that once I have a habit, I'm great at sticking to it, but if I get off track, it's really hard for me to get with the habit again. Like starting a new habit is really hard, but once I get in a habit of doing something, it's great. And I've gotten out of the habit of reading my scriptures. So I want to try to at least read 15 books, not trying to go crazy, just trying to get in the habit of it. I think the whole goal here is to just create a habit. So I probably could have done a little less on the exercising to just create a habit, but I did it. I said it. So the other part is our family. We want to get our 7, he's gonna be 8 next month, year-old, riding a bike with no training wheels. Some people might say, oh, but he should have been off training wheels forever ago. That might be true, but at the same time, he is a very self-preservation mindset kid, and so getting him to do something that he could get hurt is really hard for him. And so he made a goal himself this year at church to do it. So he might actually do it this year. Hopefully. That is the goal, to get him off. And then we said if he does it, then we get to go do something really fun, and he gets to choose it all and everything. So that's our goal for him. Other goal for our baby girl is to get her potty trained. She's going to be 3 in a couple days, or today. Sorry. She's gonna be 3 today. She's 3 today. She's sick, so celebration is not as high today. Because we kind of did it last summer, but then it got cold, and I was like, ugh. But so there's that. We have a family zone list, and I want to get better at doing that every Saturday or Friday, depending on if we're home or not and what we got going on, to get prepared for Sunday and the rest of the week. And so hopefully we'll get better at that. Go on date night 12 times this year. Me and my husband are fairly bad at planning date night. I think because we both are like, we gotta plan it instead of just like, oh hey, let's just go walk around the store, or let's just go, you know, you don't have to necessarily plan a big date. And I think that's where our mindsets are, at least mine has been. And so I need to fix that because that's important. And then put our girl in gymnastics. She is always like trying to prop herself up and swing on something with her, just using her own strength and trying to do gymnastic moves and saying, look mom, or mom look. So she probably really needs to be in gymnastics. And then we want to be on our screens less, so we kind of set the goal is we'll turn off our screens at 6:15 and just have family time. And I have really been loving it. We made a goal to try to get better at spending quality time together when it gets close to bedtime. Okay, so what you probably came here for is for my garden goals. So this year I really want to try to do some worm casting compost because I have the composter that I've showed you guys before and it works great, but it just doesn't do it fast enough. And so I really want to get some worms and try to make this process a little faster. And so when that happens, I'll probably do a video about how I'm doing it and you guys can decide for yourselves. But I want to do some worm casting. I want to cover some grass area. I'll show you guys that in a second. I want to do some herbs, which that I can also show you my plan with how to do that. And I want to do 100 jars, can 100 jars this year, and then finish making my beds. So those are my garden goals, and I'll walk you right now around to try to show you what I'm actually thinking. So let's take a look. Okay, so as you can see, it's been snowing here, so that's been super fun. We had a great snow day. It's definitely melting. But so the beds I was talking about, I'm gonna put a bed right here. There's some of my landscape fabric. Still got to build that one, and then the other one is right here. So I got this big long thing now, and I tried to level out the ground, and I'm gonna put some more landscape fabric down just to be sure, because we got lots of critters. So this thing's about 13 feet long, and I am so excited for everything I can grow there. So this bed, then it will be that bed. That is my greenhouse that goes inside because I have a cat that likes to try to kill herself with my plants. And then 2 small beds right here for some onions and garlic, that type of thing. So I got those beds to still make. I still got to cover that one up because we have squirrels, and this has seemed to work really well using that wire to protect it. I don't get nearly as many squirrels in there trumping around like I used to. So then the grass part is I want to, some of these are slightly falling apart on the bottom, and so my mother-in-law said that I could just cover them. So I kind of want to come in here, level out the ground, because it definitely needs leveled. Like this bed, you can see it's fairly wonky because we have had a groundhog come and dig up right by like the end of those posts there. Like he's dug right there, he's dug over there, like he's just been digging a lot in this area. And so I'm gonna have to definitely put some measures in there to not have him dig. So I'm gonna be covering this up just to make it less hard on myself to weed and my husband to weed, because he's gone during the summers a lot, and so I don't like using the weed whacker a ton. I don't like the gyration it does on there. And then the herbs is gonna go all right there and in there. And I plan on doing in here, doing like some of the flowers I'm going to do is zinnias, hollyhocks, and sweet peas. I'm going to do those. And then the rest is going to be like apothecary-ish. So in that area, I really want to do like chamomile, lavender, lemongrass. So I want to do a lot more apothecary that I can either use for teachers or tea. Like that's why I'm mainly growing the lemongrass, is for the tea aspect, because I really like lemongrass and peach together is really good. And there's a lot of teas that I tend to gravitate towards that have lemongrass and rubus in it, and so I want to do lemongrass. And then that area will be where I have my basils. There's actually my basil from last year. And there's the asparagus. That looks very sad because the squirrels just did quite a bit. Other little baskets that I'm gonna fill. I think cilantro I'm gonna put in one of these, and thyme, because I really love thyme. I use it a ton. So, and then I think I had something else, but those are what I can remember. But I use thyme, like cilantro and thyme and onion and garlic is probably, I would say, the 4 spices that I use all the time, because I use thyme in all my soups, and sometimes I put it in mac and cheese, and so yeah, I really love thyme. So that is my goals for 2025, personal goals and some of my garden goals. And I'm starting already some of those canning goals, because today I'm doing all the tomatoes that I had from last year, and so I have about 30 pounds of tomatoes that I'm turning into some tomato sauce today, and that will probably turn into some spaghetti sauce. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope that if you want, pop down your comment or your goals in the comments, and so we can kind of share, and maybe you can try to find a buddy near you and be accountable if you don't have anybody that is in your life that you can be accountable with. Just have a good day and stay warm. Yeah, here's to 2025. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.